TJ Dillashaw wants rematch with Henry Cejudo to prove he's not as good as he thinks he is.
I know you mentioned that you don't have to fight for money, and obviously you're fighting to come back and get the belt, your bantamweight. Do you have a hit list of people that just interest you want to fight? And a two-part question. Number one, do you have a hit list? I obviously stated the fighters that kind of want to fight you. Do you have certain fighters that you just want to fight before your career is over? And would you ever consider, because Henry just recently came out, he was on my podcast as well, but he didn't say it on my podcast, obviously. He said it with the Smo, I think. He just recently came out and was a little negative towards you about your fight with him. Would you ever consider going and fighting him again just to have that fight again? So your hit list, and then is he on your hit list, I guess, is a good way of wrapping this into one question.
Yeah, I guess I really haven't sat around and thought about a hit list exactly, right? But yeah, he's on it. Yeah, just you saying his name is like, oh god, like he did a good job. The King of Cringe did a good job of being cringy. Yeah. It's like one of those fights that like I was so much better going into that fight. Don't take anything away from him. I think he's an amazing athlete for winning an Olympic gold medal. I give him more credit for being an Olympic gold medalist than I do being a UFC champion. And that's something, because I've wrestled my whole life, that is quite amazing, right? But I'm so much of a better fighter of him, well-rounded wise. And the way that his career worked out and the way he stepped away from it was just like, he just got so lucky, man. So that's a fight that I want back, because I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is. So that's for sure on my hit list. First and foremost, hit list for me is just getting my belt back. Yeah. So whatever path I have to take to get there, if it is fighting all the guys in the top 5 first, if it's going straight to the belt, and then making sure I defend it and have a statement. Corey Sandhagen's a guy that I have a lot of respect for, because I train with him and he's like a good dude. He's like a really good guy. But obviously it doesn't matter because he's out there wanting to run his mouth. So I will have to go out there and beat him. But he's a guy that I like, But that's a fight I would like. Jose Aldo was a fight that called me out right away when it was getting closer towards the end of me coming out, that instantly sparked my interest, because it's Jose Aldo.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to fight him because of a grudge. I want to fight him because it's Jose Aldo. Yep. And I watched him, beat up on my teammates. And at the time when I was coming up and getting my belt and I beat Barao, he was the greatest of all time, and I wanted to fight him. So that would always be a very interesting fight. Man, the weight class is pretty exciting, so I have like endless fights to really kind of take. But first and foremost, it's whatever fight I got to do to get the belt back. Right. And then hopefully we can talk Cejudo and coming out of retirement. Yeah,
I think it'd be easy to do. Maybe. He can't sit around forever with his pillows. He's got a pillow full of fighters, but he's not fighting them and he's not making money by having them. So I have this feeling he's going to get bored after a while and definitely have to come back and fight.
Kevin Lee hopes to return this summer against Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, and summer's just right around the corner. We're already almost in March now. 2021 is already flying by. It's crazy. So I guess what kind of opponent or what type of matchup are you looking for your return? Are you kind of just looking to ease your way into it? Obviously, you're coming off big injuries, right? Or do you want to dive right into the top?
That would be nice. That's what they do in boxing is ease your way back in. But from the way I'm feeling from this first week, I don't really think it's necessary. I want to fight Tony Ferguson. I think that fight makes a whole lot of sense from all angles. I don't really see nobody else out there for him to fight. And it just makes sense. And it'll put us back where we should be. And a fight with me and him is going to kind of show, like, one of us is going to have to win, one of us is going to have to leave. So that's a fight that really interests me this summer, and we'll see what he's talking about on his end. But he's number one on my book for sure.
Okay, nice. So you want the rematch? I guess now that you bring that up, what do you make of Tony Ferguson? Obviously, he's coming off 2 defeats, but still ranked very high, and losing to the very best, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to dig deep for this next one for sure. That's why I want him for the next one. I think he's probably got one more good run in him, one more good push in him. So I want to be the one to get him at his best again and shut that down. He's still only like 36, 37 years old. But then I look at a guy like LeBron James or something like that who's fucking 36 and still out here balling.
Yeah.
36 is different these days. It's not the same 36. So I think he might have one more good push in him. That's why that fight interests me. If I really thought he was just on the down and he just wasn't never going to come back, then I would overlook him. But I think he's got one more in him.
For sure, that'd be a definite.
I'd be that one for sure.